So come and grab yourself a block or a brick and join me in the child's pose. You can take your knees wide, bring the feet together and move the hips back to the heels. Stretch your arms out wide in front of you, lower your head. Take a breath in, allow the breath out. One more inhale and exhale. And you can raise your head, slide the hands back, raise the hips, bring the knees in now so they're underneath your hips. Take some cat-cow to warm up the spine. Inhaling, you look forward, rotate the hips back, the shoulders are above the wrists. Exhale, hugging in, sending the spine up toward the ceiling, and inhale, looking forward, dipping the belly down to your mat. Exhale, and inhale here. Come back to center, send the left leg behind you, lift it off your mat, and exhale, draw the knee into your body. And inhale, stretch out. Let's do that a couple more times. Exhale, hugging in, and inhale, reaching back. Exhale, and inhale. Good. Tap the toes down and lift. And then take the weight on the left arm and reach the right arm forward. Focus your eyes ahead of you. And then bring everything down. Let's move the hips back to the heels. Coming forward and stretch the right leg back. Lift. Exhale, tuck in. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, hugging in, spine is rounding. Inhale, reach back. And again, exhale. And inhale. Tap the toes down. And lift. And reach the left arm forward. Pointing the toes, stretching the fingers. Pressing down on the right hand. And then bring everything back. Let's tuck the toes under, raise your knees, stretch it all out in downward facing dog. You can walk your hands a little further forward and bend one knee at a time. Nice. Bend the knees a little here, direct the chest back to the thighs. And then bring your knees down. Great. So sit back on your heels for a moment. Bring the hands onto the shoulders. Circle your elbows. And then bring them down. Open the palms. Lift your hips. And we're going to step the left foot forward. So have your brick to hand now. So your left foot is forward. You're going to bring your block over to the left side. Okay, bring your hands onto the knee and lunge forward. Nice hip focus today. So this is great if you've been spending a lot of time perhaps in the gym, or you are training for a race if you're a runner, or you cycle a lot. Perhaps you've got tight hamstrings, feeling quite achy. This is going to start to ease out those tight muscles, particularly in the hips. So sweep your arms forward, lift the arms up, and then as you open the arms, move the hips back a little bit, easing off the lunge. Inhale, sweeping forward, raising the arms up, open the arms and move the hips back. Good, twice more. Inhale, sweeping forward, exhale, moving back, and inhale. And exhale. Lovely. Hands on the knee again as you move the hips forward. Steady yourself here in your lunge. So you want to feel the stretch on the front of your hip flexor. We're working on creating more space in the psoas muscle. And then bring your left hand down onto your block. So I've got my brick at quite the highest level there. And we're going to raise the right arm up and take a side stretch. So you might find that you can lower the block down if you've got more freedom there in your side waist. And you should feel the stretch along the whole of the right side of your torso from your hip. Now raise the arm up to the center. Now bring your spine back up to neutral. And as your right arm comes down, let it rest on the back thigh and raise your left arm up. And you can start turning your head to the right. And then looking forward, bring your left hand onto your knee and your right hand comes forward underneath your shoulder. So now we can turn to the left. Keep your back knee on the ground for the time being. Twisting to the left, raise your arm. And looking forward, bring your hand now on the inside of your foot, but move your foot slightly outwards so you've got more space there. So let's lift the back knee off now and stretch through the heel. So a little forwards and backwards here, shifting the weight. Yeah, it's great. And then you can remain here, perhaps raising the left arm. Take that twist again to the left, reaching the hand up to the sky. Yeah, and then bring the hand back down again and the knee. And you're going to move that left foot off to the edge even further and on an angle. Flatten your back toes and then start leaning your knee out to the side. Corkscrew lunge, hips are still moving forward, but you're going to start turning your torso to the left. So you can rest the hand on the inside of the knee and then looking up and actually leaning away from your thigh as well. You can really feel that space in the hips, the ribs. Yeah, so we're not compressing here. We want to try and lengthen. And then bring that hand down and we're going to move the hips back for runner stretch or Hanumanasana in Sanskrit. You can move the foot further into the center and your left hand onto the outside of your leg. So we're stretching out that front leg now. Keep your hips on top of your knee, on top of your back knee. You can grab that block again for support. Maybe place it underneath your knee because you don't want to be resting your hands on the knee. It's too much pressure on the leg. So either fingertips on the ground, either side of your foot. If you've got flexibility, you can walk your hands forward towards the foot. Or, as I said, use your block for support. Good. Picking the toes up as well, that's going to help to lengthen and to stretch out the hamstrings. Relax your jaw. And hear the sound of your breath. A couple more breaths here. Bring the hands down. You can move your block over to the right side now. Bend the knee. Place your hands up onto the front knee and then step back. Right, now have your toes tucked under, sit your hips back to your heels, and we're going to bring the hands down. This is going to feel great for your lower back, hopefully. You're going to lift the knees off and tuck the knees up towards your armpits. So the heels are going to rock back, arms are straight, lovely stretch out for your lower back. And then bring the knees down. Now before we move on to the other side, bring your hands further in front And we're going to do the same, picking the knees up, keep your bottom low and look towards your feet. And then we're going to spring forward, so we come to a plank pose. Hands underneath the shoulders. Now bend your knees, take the hips back, chest to the thighs, and spring forward. Great. Press back and spring forward. One more time. Bring the knees down, sit back. Bring the hands, the arms above your head. Bring the palms together and bend the elbows so the fingertips are pointing back. And then send them forward. Sit your hips up and step your right foot forward. All right, so lunging forward. And sweep the arms forward as you breathe in. Remember, ease the hips back as you breathe out and bringing the arms down. Breathing in, sweeping forward, and breath out. Breath in, and breath out. Good. One more time. Breath in, and breath out. Nice. And then move the hips back again. So you're in your lunge. Drop your right hand down towards your block. You can always start at the highest point just to get your balance and your steadiness there. Reach the left arm up and sweep the arm over your ear. And then perhaps you can move the block down if that suits you on this side. Lift the arm, come back, and you can place that hand now on the back of your thigh. Sweep the right arm forward and up. Lift the ribs. You'll feel the hand perhaps sliding further down the back of the knee, and then turn your head to the left. Yeah, reaching the right arm up. Looking forward, bring that hand back and place the left hand down on your mat. Turning to the right now, reaching the arm up. Place your hand down on the inside of your foot and then raising the knee. Yeah, shifting forwards and backwards, a little bit of movement here. And then find yourself in the center and raise the right arm. Bring the hand back down, lower the knee, move your foot off to the edge, on an angle, hand on the knee and lean the knee out. Moving your chest away, relaxing the right shoulder, lifting your chin. Remember, hips are still lunging forward, so you want to feel the stretch on the front of the groin. Release, come back, and as you do that, move your foot a little further into the center and then take your hips back. Peel the toes off, half Hanumanasana. Run a stretch. Yeah, think about having a straighter spine here, so lifting the ribs and lengthening forward. If you can, your fingertips come down. Bend the knee, move your block out of the way, hands on the knee, and step back. We'll tuck the toes under again and sit back. Bring the hands down. Let's take the knees a little wider now, and the feet, the toes can also be a little wider. If we press the hands back, lift the knees, maybe we can sit onto the heels, look forward, hands or arms on the knees, and then bring the hands together and lift them up above your head. Deepasana, torch. And bring the hands back down. Lovely, looking down at your mat as you lower the hands, lower the knees, walk the hands forward, downward facing dog. Yeah, let's pedal through again. Have a little softness in your knees here, chest to your thighs, let the head hang. And then looking forward, let's walk the feet forward towards the front of your mat, towards your hands. Softness in the knees, hold on to your elbows. And then let the arms drop down, bend your knees, and we're going to take a seat. Lovely. So stretch your left leg out, bend your right knee, and we'll carry it across. And take the right hand behind you. Option here, either hook the left arm around the front of the knee, or for a deeper twist, lift that arm up, turn to the right and bring the elbow on the outside of the knee. Oh, gorgeous twist. Release, and then slide the foot further over so the knee drops down. Place the hands onto the knee and we'll soften in. So a little less effort and force here, and more softness and more rounding as we move more into a yin pose. This is half shoelace. A little bit more softness. Breathing in, raise your head. And you can stretch that leg out. Bend the left knee, carry it across. That left arm sits behind, and either cradling your knee or lift that arm up and twist to your left. Ease off, bring the foot further over and hands on the knee or on your mat. You could actually even place the hands underneath your bottom knee as you lean forward. Yeah, allowing the exhalation to do the work here. Yeah, in these yin postures, less effort has more positive responses and results. When we soften, when we let go, we allow the muscles to slowly release and stretch. And you often find that with time, the body starts to open up and you have more space to move into with this softer intensity and less effort in doing. And breathing in, raise your body. Come back. And you can come to cross-leg position. Bring the hands onto the knees and circle. And change direction. And then come back to the center. Bring your hands together. Take a pause before you move on. Always taking a moment to be still. To acknowledge how you feel. To remind yourself why you're on your mat. And to allow your practice to seep in. The light within me honors the light within you. Namaste.